Hi guys, welcome back to the Goldman Stacks channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my total haul for the 2024 year. I'm quite new and I'm relatively new to the whole stacking process. So what I wanted to do is basically show you everything I've got, how much it's worth now, how much I paid for it, and any sort of reasonable profit that would be made if I was to go and sell it all right now, or indeed if there would be any loss. So we're going to split it into sections. We've got the silver and then we've got the gold, and we'll come to all of that. I'll tell you how much I paid and things like that. I only started my stacking journey around about October 2024, and at the time of making this video, I think it's the 21st of January 2025. So you're probably looking at about October, November, December, January, 4 months. And I think the amount of metals that I've managed to sort of gain and buy within that period is quite a lot compared to the normal stacker, or what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from other stackers in the community. So I'm really pleased with the start that I've made, and I don't want to show any signs of sort of slipping up or sort of slowing down or anything like that, because I hope that 2025 will be equally as prosperous, but there is a lot riding on that. It all really depends on working situations and things like that. So let's get into it then. First of all, I'm going to show you the silver bars that I've got. So these are 1 kilogram silver bars, which look really good. Obviously they've got a real presence around them, and it's quite nice to sort of be able to physically hold something like this in my stack. Interestingly, on one of the backs of them, I don't know if you can see this one, it says in May 2023 it was bought for £780. So that was a previous owner of this bar, and they've obviously sold it on. I think I paid about £896 to £900 each for these bars. So yeah, I mean, everybody knows what's happening with the silver prices. You know, they're not exactly going off the charts or off the scale or anything like that. But I think in future, you know, if I hold on to them, which I do plan to, then we might see some special things happening with silver. Coming down here, we've got 3 smaller bars as well. This one is interestingly still in the wrapper. These 2 are not. These are Umicore silver bars, and you can see these are 250 gram bars. So I picked up 3 of those, and they look quite nice. Okay, so then we've got some Star Wars bars. I'm not kind of going to, I don't want to make a habit of going into buying things like this, but I kind of saw them and I thought, do you know what, they're really, really nice, and I just kind of couldn't resist. It's probably not the most wisest thing to do if you're thinking about preserving your wealth, or you're looking for the most possible gains when buying, but I can allow myself from time to time to maybe buy something that I may well be emotionally invested in, not necessarily thinking about the monetary value. But these are 5 1-ounce Star Wars bars, and I think they're really cool, and I just kind of couldn't resist when I saw these come up for sale. We've also got some interesting Donald Trump coins, and these were kind of in the same boat as the Star Wars. You know, I kind of couldn't really turn them down when I saw them. I was really impressed with them, and they're cheap enough. I think I paid about £31 each for these ounce coins. I think they're quite unique, and I hadn't seen them anywhere else, and I still haven't saw them anywhere else, so I'm not sure if they're quite a rare item, but we've got 2 of those. And then inside here we have got silver coins. In fact, just realized I am making a rookie mistake in that I haven't had my gloves on, have I? The kind folks at Atkinson's Bullion did send me some, so there we go. So anyway, we've got 25 and 25 silver Britannia coins. Now these are all 2024 coins. So we've got 25, we've got 25, we've got 50 of these coins. And these are good for, you know, you won't pay capital gains tax on these. So we've got 2 lots of those. So that is the total silver amount that I've been able to achieve so far in my first 4 months, or in 2024. Now, as a an indication of what I've paid for these. In total, I've paid £4,296.68 for these. And if we look at the spot price today, which is £24.99, it's 21st of May, 21st of January 2025. That would mean that if we looked at purely spot price, this silver was actually worth £3,636.05, meaning a loss of £633.63. But what we also need to remember is that you can generally assume, or what I've seen from people selling these, and indeed some of the people that have bought some of these off, they're generally looking at around about a 20% premium on these. So if I was to put a reasonable 20% premium on these and sell them, which I'm not going to, but if I was going to, then I think it would put me in the black by about £100. So I think you're looking at around about £4,360-ish pounds. So it's around about £100 profit if I was to try and go and sell these now. But of course, I'm not going to do that. I do have all of these for longevity. I'm not just in it for a quick, to make a quick buck. If I was, then I would have sold them by now, and I certainly would have sold the gold content by now, because we'll come on to that right now. So the gold is obviously, it's way more expensive, so it's a bit harder to get a hold of and to sort of, you know, gain a good gold stack if that's what you're trying to do. It is what I'm trying to do. I'm certainly preferencing gold over silver, purely because the disposable income that I kind of have per month very much leans towards the gold as opposed to the silver. But I'm certainly not discounting the silver, and I will continue to buy more silver. But okay, so first of all, I think we'll start with the big boys. We've got 3 of these lovely metal ore 250 gram gold bars, and these are just beautiful. These are the cream of my crop. They look so good, they feel so good, and well, they are what they are. But I think I'm quite lucky to have been able to obtain these. When I tried to buy them, I did actually try to buy one 500 gram bar. But the stockist that I bought from didn't actually have it, so they'd asked me if I would accept 250 grams, which I did. Either way for me though, I'm happy to. I would have been happy to have had a 250s or one 500. So, and then I also bought another 250 as well, meaning I've got 3 250 gold bars, which are just, well, you can see for yourself. They are lovely. Okay, so then we've got 2, there's a bit of advertising for Atkinson's. We've got 2 half-ounce gold Britannias. Now, normally I wouldn't buy these halves, but I've bought them purely because at any given point, I kind of like had a budget to spend. So let's say I wanted to buy 10 Britannias, but I didn't have enough for 10 Britannias. I might have had enough for 9 Britannias and a half at any given point. So these 2 were kind of like add-ons to purchases that I'd made. So I might look at some point to sort of trade these and put it into one gold Britannia, but I don't mind having them. They're not taking up too much space. We'll come on to space in a moment. Then we're looking at these here. So what we have here is 2 stacks of 10 gold Britannias. And again, I consider myself very lucky to be able to have these gold coins. Now, interestingly, I'm not sure which one it is, but most of these are 2025 coins, apart from 2, which I think are these 2. These 2 are 2024 coins. So we've got 2 coins which are 2024s, and then 18 coins which are 2025s. We've touched on these, and then these are the Britannia 1 gram bars. Now, you know, something about these is just like, I can understand why people would go for these if maybe they they didn't have a lot of spare income, but they were trying to do something, and they were trying to get some sort of gold into their stash, or start stacking some gold in the cheapest way possible. Well, it's not that cheap when you consider the premiums, but it's cheap when you consider the price of a gram of gold in comparison to things like your Britannias and your half-ounce Britannias, and especially the gold bars. But this has been kind of a little bit of a learning curve for me, because I've bought 6 of these. And if I was to sort of do this again, knowing what I know now, then I wouldn't have bought these. I would have just held out and maybe put the money into, saved up a little bit more and got the Britannias. You know, so it's purely looking at this as like a space saving exercise. And I think that kind of takes up a lot of space just for a tiny 1 gram bar. I don't really want to remove them from the packaging, okay? So when it comes to gold, I have, well, sorry, what I forgot to say is that the silver content has 145.5 ounces. And when it comes to my gold, we have 45.3 ounces. Now, I do have an aim, which I ultimately want to get to in terms of gold ounces. But what I paid for the gold is a total of £96,497.35. So the total cost of what I paid for everything on the table is £100,767.07. So when we look at the gold in terms of spot price today, 21st of January 2025, it is £2,227 per ounce of gold. So if we times that by 45.3, which is the troy ounces that I have, it is 100,883. So that in itself is a little profit of a few £1,000s. However, if I was to sell these, which I'm not, but if I was to sell these, you're generally seeing people sell them with a 3% premium. That would take us to about, well, actually, £103,909. So that means a tidy little profit of £7,412 purely on the gold in the 4 months that I have been stacking it. Now, again, I'm not in it for that, and I know that the spot price can obviously fluctuate, can go up and down, but that is just in terms of what the spot price is today. So a total value of everything on the table, let's say, or should I say a total reasonable value, let's say we were to sell all of this at a spot price plus a premium of, say, 20%, and we were to sell all of this at a spot price plus a premium of 3%. The total reasonable value, I would say, is around about £108,243, which is it's about £7,500. Yeah, it's about £7,500 over what I paid for it. But of course, as I've said a few times in this video, I'm not here to make a quick buck. I am here to stack this silver and gold and try and get maximum returns in, say, like 20 years time. You know, what I'm thinking about here is purely retirement. Okay, I can save the money now, which would allow me to, which means I'm not just putting it in a bank. I'm not spending it on sports cars or anything like that. I purely want to sort of put this money away, lock it away. Put this money, should I say metals. Put the metals away, lock them away for 20 up to 25 years, and then see where we are in 25 years time. But that's my plan, and that is everything that I've been able to buy. I do consider myself really lucky to have been in a position. Now I have said a couple of times that there was a reason that I managed to buy all of this. I do have a job obviously as well, but it didn't just come from the job. And I've said it in a couple of videos as well. I just need to really make it. But I am going to explain. It's nothing that exciting, to be honest with you, but I am going to explain where I got the money from for all of this. Not that I need to. It's just that I find it quite interesting, and I think that maybe you guys might find it interesting as well. I think certainly me as a stacker, and the videos that I watch, I like to know where people have got their money from. Not being nosy or anything like that. It's just it's quite interesting, I think, to understand how all of the different millions of people around the world make their money, and often there are things that you'd never even thought of, ways that people can make money that you never even knew existed. So, and it's not OnlyFans. I'm going to put that out there straight away. It's definitely not OnlyFans. I'm in no shape, or I do not look like I could be good enough to go on OnlyFans, so it's definitely not that. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I really hope if you want to maybe subscribe to this channel, I'd love to try and get to maybe 1,000 subscribers. And also as well, I do have an Instagram account, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's gold.man.stacks. I do believe I'll put it on the screen. It's probably been on the screen this whole video. But there we go, my 2024 stash. Looking forward to 2025 stash. And I will obviously be making more videos as I go through my 2025 journey and add to what I've got. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video.